There's even one list that I made about the type of woman that I wanted to marry. Lo and behold, she was the woman who fulfilled all of those. This is day 2 of my adventure of actually going independent as a YouTube content creator full-time. If you didn't watch yesterday's video that was put up earlier today, because I didn't get it done in time at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was still doing editing or getting some stuff put up there because it just took so long for me to get over the fear of this video is just ridiculous. It's what I wanted to say, but I didn't script it out well enough, and also I just kind of ran out of time. There was just so much going on. Regardless, I'm feeling better today, and of course, as you can see, I haven't even really kind of groomed myself for this because I just want to jump on right away, and I'm going to document this publishing of the video. Now, what I really should have done for those of you who are wanting to start a channel is you should really actually have 2 or 3 videos ready to go before you launch. Sometimes they say even 3 to 5, and the reason being is that somebody watches the first one, then they want to binge watch the rest. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. So this is just a little tip there if you are thinking about going into YouTube creating or content that I've learned over time that people recommend. I did a little bit of research on good keywords that I could use to go in and start my title. This is why I quit my job to start a new YouTube channel at 51, and that's kind of what came out as an excellent score. I quit my job, started a new YouTube channel, was 100. So I'm going to try that to see what happens with this video. I am going to launch it right now. It's 10:36. This is also kind of a documentary for me so that I can remember what happened back in the day, because hopefully I get to my 100 videos quickly. I just finished putting my content. I made my thumbnail yesterday. It is now live, and we will see what happens. At this point in time, they do say that you probably might want to let people know the channel and then send out a link so people can come watch it, and then it does help the YouTube algorithm get to know you better. I'm like everybody else. I'm embarrassed to go ahead and put this out, but if I'm going to do this, I guess I need to get over it. So I'm going to start to email, text, social media, post, let people know that I'm starting my channel, and yeah, just be real about how it's going to go. So if you are wondering about anything about starting like a YouTube content creating channel, I'm going to say right now is the easiest time, because apparently this style of video is taking off more. This is to, of course, inspire and make an impact and waking up dreams. I want to wake up people's dreams. It doesn't have to be with YouTube. It can be with pretty much anything. If you're looking to move forward in your career, I want to be able to help you along with that too. I have helped many people with their careers. I'm going to talk about goal setting, because for those of you who with any part of your life that you are now looking forward to finding something new, transition, pivot, whatever, maybe you're going through burnout, maybe you're having other issues that you're just not happy with, I'm going to say that goal setting is going to be a really important part. Okay, sorry about that. You guys have probably noticed that everything's changed. I've had a coughing fit in the background, and excuse me. Unfortunately, she's been really sick that she caught from me, so I want to make sure I take care of that now. I want to finish off what I was saying about goal setting. With the goal setting, I'm going to go ahead and use a criteria that they used to call the SMART way. SMART, S-M-A-R-T, stands for, it's an acronym that starts for 1, specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and it's time bound. So you have these 5 different steps that you can start with. So let's start with number 1, specific. You have to be really, really specific on the goal that you want. So if you want like a promotion where you're at, or you want raises, you want to make a certain amount of income, that's where you definitely want to start with how much you want to make. And where I'm going to tell you something, just break in there. I know this might be a little off track. Squirrel. There's been times when I've written this 10-point goal setting list going over this, and there's been some of these lists that have come back. My wife and I have looked over and are blown away that we've achieved a ton of them. Maybe 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 have been achieved. And there's even one list that I made about the type of woman that I wanted to marry, and one that I wanted her to be bilingual, family oriented, you know, kind-hearted, love kids, all of this listing that I put on. And for the life of me, I can't find that list anymore. But what's crazy was I made this list when I lived in Hawaii before I moved to California, and I started working to getting my life back together. Lo and behold, she was the woman who fulfilled all of those. So anyway, talking about this SMART list, specific, be very specific. If you want a very specific type of job, if you want a specific type of income, those are the things that you want to make sure you put in there. And not just, I want to be rich. You need to put specific numbers. It makes a difference. It really does. And the reason why is because the next one, M, is that it's measurable. So when you have very specific numbers, you need to know whether or not you're getting to the point or not of where you're trying to achieve, what you're looking to do, you need to be able to measure that. So you have to make sure, again, that has to be very specific. It has to be trackable. And like Peter Drucker said, he's like a legendary like management consultant guy, and he said what is measurable improves. So when you start tracking stuff, you can actually see where you are, what your progress. It actually will either motivate you or you have to change your goals. So one of those two things. The next thing is A is for achievable. It has to be realistic. I could put down on a piece of paper, I want to be a billionaire by next year. Is that realistic? I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I don't know how to do it though. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to really figure out, reverse engineer all of your goals one by one, and that'll take you back down to how you're going to do it from years to months, to break it down by weeks, then by days. Then every day, how you're going to work your way through it. Like I had a goal to make $1 million a year. It's like $83,000 a month. And so if you make that $83,000 a month, then you can actually achieve $1 million. Now, how am I going to do that? I have to break it down. I need to make sure that I'm making about $2,700 a day, and that will make me a millionaire. I mean, so what can I do to lay a foundation that can bring in that kind of money? Next thing you want to look at is your goal relevant? Like you can just say, I want to be a billionaire, or you can say, I want to lose 80 pounds. And is it relevant to what your life goal is, or what your purpose is, or even what your vision? You know, you have to make sure that it aligns. Otherwise, you're just going to get off track. It doesn't make sense for you to keep on just saying, I want to be rich because I want to be rich. You want to be rich because why? What is it? What is the relevancy for doing it? Like, I want to start this YouTube channel to help people. That's my goal. My goal is to do 100 videos within the next 3 months. So not more, it's going to be more than one a day because it's 3 months is only 90 days, right? So I'm going to have to try to go ahead and push that out. If not even more, faster than that, 2 a day. Maybe even, I might have to change my time frame. I don't know. I'll be working on this really hard because I do have other commitments and other things I have to get done. But that is how you have to be as clear as possible. And then you're going to break down how you're going to do it, and even maybe down to how you're going to spend every hour of your day that you're awake. The other thing is time bound. You want to make sure that there are time goals in place. Like I just said, I wanted to make 100 videos within 90 days. I probably go to 120, so 4 months. So there's some leeway in between in case some videos take longer to edit or put together, because I want to make sure some of these are not rushed out just to have a video up. I want to make sure that I'm getting better at it. How am I going to do it? I could probably do it if I start hiring or thinking about bringing on an editor. And so these are the ways I'm going to be very specific about it. Now, as far as specific money amounts, I would like to have a 6-figure income off of my YouTube channel without compromising anything that actually will be unintegrous. So that's very relevant, right, to me. And I have exact dollar amounts. It's a 6-figure income within the first year. How I'm going to do it? Is it measurable? I'm going to say by the first 4th or 5th month, I will actually probably start making some affiliate commissions, back maybe even sooner. I don't know when the channel will be monetized, but all in all, there are very specific goals, and of course, are they achievable? I know I can make the videos. Will they start making the money? I don't know yet, so that's going to have to be where the measuring is going to start. So if you're in a situation where you're actually heavily in debt and you want to get out of it, say you were in my situation, you had your $20,000 or $30,000 in debt, and you're making $15 an hour, and you have all these other commitments on how you're going to pay things off first. Like you have maybe your car payment, you got to keep that because you need to get the job to your work. You need your rent to be paid because you have a roof over your head. Now you're going to look at everything else you need to cut out so you can start hammering that debt. You may need to look for help. You know, when you have your specific goal down, and then you can talk to somebody who can maybe counsel you, that will be very helpful, because then they'll understand where you want to go and how aggressive you want to be, rather than coming up with all the questions. You have to set your goals, start figuring out, and work your way backwards. Do you have a budget? That's another thing, you know. And if it comes to physical health and weight loss, or actually gaining strength or muscle mass or endurance, whatever it might be, using the SMART method will really be very helpful. In fact, I have forgotten to go back and go through a lot of my other goals that I need to do. And I wouldn't just use this for one thing. A SMART method for you have a SMART method for your financial goals, SMART method for your professional goals. If you're at a job and you have a certain position you want to reach, how are you going to do it? If you have something in place that tells you the path you need to walk. That's today's idea, and I hope that maybe it just kind of churns a little bit. Just take a piece of paper. By the way, because I know a lot of people want to put it in their phones and their notes, but I would say write it down first. Take a picture of it. I always write it down physically with your pen, paper in hand in a booklet, because that makes a difference. I put it on a piece of paper, I stuck it on a mirror. We actually have one. And then we have, the dream boards are great too. But along the way, have these written out. Do whatever you can to make sure that you are staying very, very focused on putting a goal together so that you can work through your goals. This is how you can wake up your dreams. Seriously, sometimes things will seem easier, some things it'll seem harder, but then you can actually know how your dreams can be achieved, because then you'll have a path for yourself. I hope that's helpful today. I hope I earned your subscribe and your like today as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.